Hello and welcome into Cadillac Ice Arena for this Eastern Hockey League premier matchup between the Providence Capitals and your Express Hockey Club. It's an East Division, or now Northeast Division, evening game here, prime time on Saturday night. It's a game littered with storylines. The Express, the number one team in the EHLP, looking to clean things up after dropping 2 of their last 3. It's a rematch of last year's EHLP East Division first round matchup, and it's the return of former Express captain Will Link to Walpole to play against his former team. It is the 6-5 0-0 Providence Capitals visiting the 9-1 0-1 Express Hockey Club. Colton Ollis is in goal for the Express. He defeated Providence in what was his debut game of the season, stopping 13 of 15. He is 5-0 on the year with a .918 save percentage. On the other side, it is Ryan Littlefield in net, 2-2 this year with a .919. He lost a game against the Express. It was that game in which Colton Ollis played. He stopped 40 of 45 in that effort. His last game, he stopped 56 of 61 against the New Hampshire Avalanche. But his game before that was a win against the Connecticut Nor'easter, a 19 of 19 shutout for Littlefield. As we get set for the opening face-off, it is Mike Mosconi set to take it against AJ Bakervitz of the Capitals. And we are underway here on Saturday night. Mosconi will send it in, and it is Will Link, the former Express, the first one to get a touch on this puck. He turned it over, and Bakervitz just stapled his man Mosconi to the wall. Now David Hahn with it runs into Antipkin and lost the puck. They joust for it behind the net. Link activates in, runs into Mosconi, unable to knock him over. Now Mosconi with the shot, and he missed it wide. Activating in is the Express captain, Jackson Guimont. My fantasy pick for the month of November, Jackson Guimont, my captain, of course. Express have 5 wins in a row over the Capitals, dating back to last year's regular season game against them, the final meeting of the regular season. Then in the playoffs, they defeated them twice, and now twice to start this season. As Antipkin with daylight off the face-off just missed that to the glove side. Guimont then activated in. Kept it alive for the moment, and Antipkin will again. That one bounces off the boot of Link to the wall where Sheepers plays it up. Langevin played it right to Antipkin. He is tripped up by Bakervitz, nothing coming. Sheepers plays to Hahn. Hahn with a nice move around gravel in the neutral zone. Now he works on Lambert. Good cut. Able to generate some space, and he gave it to Carpenter as this one shuffled into the netting by Colton Ollis. First minute gone by in this evening's game. Express and Capitals here in the EHL Premier. We thank you for joining us here on Flow Hockey. Jake Basile here on the play-by-play. I'm dressed as Doodle Bob from SpongeBob right now. Keaton Sterling on camera and on socials. Be sure to follow Express Hockey, Eastern Hockey League Premier, Eastern Hockey League. Morello was working in beneath the goal line. Eddington, though, will take over. He gave right to Chabon, though. Mason Chabon playing defense today. Able to play both positions. Switched around last year as well as his first year with the Philadelphia Little Flyers. 14 goals, 18 assists last year. He has 9 goals in 9 games so far this year. He has been excellent, including a goal against the Express for Chabon. Now here is Matt Gonzalez. He'll nudge it in with one hand. He'll try to work on Mason Chabon here, one of the veterans here for the Capitals. He's gotten 8 EHL games as well. Chabon was looking for head contact on that hit from Daly there as Costa works over the line, tried to make a move around Lambert, nothing doing. He was erased from the play cleanly and nicely by Nolan Lambert. Much of the Express EHL squad here in attendance to support their premier team. As Link tries to rush it up the ice, coughs it right up to Lambert, and those two wrap up. Link will take down Lambert. Lambert works it on back for Waghorn. Kevin Waghorn will stretch the legs as he moseys up the gut of the ice. Good work by Waghorn on this exit. Now got some space from Staskar. As they go right to the cage here, and there's a little extra action. And nothing more comes of that. 17:26 to go, 0-0 here. First meeting this season was back at the Icebreaker Showcase. It was a 5-2 win for the Express with 5 different goal scorers. Matt Gonzalez, Will Link, Jackson Guimond, Nathan Gravel, and Mike Mosconi. They outshot them 45-15. It was this goalie matchup of Colton Hollis for the Express and Ryan Littlefield for the Capitals. Both Providence goals came on the power play from Maruma Matulue and Domino Costa. Kyle Tedesco had an assist on both. Sheepers now working back. He lost it to Livingston, who winds his way around, wrapped it out in front. Net goes off its moorings as we get another stoppage. This one banked off the glass, off the faceoff, settles down for Hahn, now for Langevin. He was back-checked well by Livingston, who made his EHL debut in the game yesterday. Livingston now operating behind the net. He'll start stretching the legs as he hits neutral ice. Some daylight on the right wing side, fires one into the glove of Littlefield. The second meeting between these two teams was a 4-1 win for the Express at Providence. It was a hat trick from Nathan Gravel in his old barn that solidified things for the Express. One came on the power play. Brady Penner had the other one in that game. Kieran Humphreys stopped 26 of 27, and goal Ryder Ness was in net for PRC. Good stick there by Mosconi on the forecheck as Antipkin whistles one wide. Eddington will keep it in. Carson Eddington assists in back-to-back games heading into this one. Dropped off Antipkin, a Lambert cruising in with the shot. That one deflected and stopped, and now there's even more action in front, and had to expect this in this game. The bucket of Dowler coming off as Antipkin and Dowler are wrapping up. Pair of 12s getting into it there. And Antipkin and Dowler are the two heading to the box. Doesn't look like it is going to affect manpower here, perhaps because it was after the whistle. 0-0 through the first 3 minutes and 48 seconds of this game. Keaton, are you picking the music tonight? Great start. Great start is all I'm going to say. Anytime ABBA plays in a hockey rink, you know it's going to be a good night. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get Gimme, Gimme, Gimme at some point this evening. It's a subtle request. That's not the most subtle thing I've ever done. But it's probably the best ABBA song in my opinion. Morello gives to Carpenter. Had to fight that one through his skates before he worked it in deep. Now Eddington will have the heat turned up on him by Costa and work it up to Daly. It is going to be for a side as they did alter that manpower situation. Lambert has been a steady presence throughout the first portion of the season for the Express. Matt Gonzalez, right wing side over the line, tries to shift around Chaban, who got just enough of him, and then Carpenter was able to swipe it away from the on-rushing Gonzalez. Stealing it, though, is Robbie Serratori for a moment before it's picked up by Morello. Eddington, though, stepped into him. Lambert's pass missed targets on everybody as we're a minute through the 4-on-4, and it's an icing against the Express Hockey Club. What a start to the season for them, 9-1, 0-1, but they have lost 2 of their last 3. They won their first 8 games of the season. Off this face-off, great work by Lambert, chops it ahead. Link, though, the first one on it. Lambert all over him, and he wrestles him off the puck. Inspired effort there for Nolan Lambert to just charge that puck into offensive ice himself. Hampered on the back check by Joyce. Now here is Link working ahead on Lambert, tries to make a move around him. Ended up just working it in deep. Good hit by Bachervitz on Eddington there. Here is Link again, dispossessed in the middle of the ice by Robbie Saratori. 15 seconds left in the 4-on-4 rather. David Hahn now dropped off for Link, nearly lost it to gravel. Link working on Guimond, separated from the puck perfectly by Jackson Guimond, but he's tripped up. James Joyce will go to the box there. Looks more like a trip than a cross-check to me, but regardless, it's an infraction. So we'll have 3 seconds of 4-on-3 before both Antipkin and Dowler are liberated. So Providence will head to a power play that has been good. They have a couple of goals against the Express. They're at over 25% on the year thus far. As Link takes the shot, blocked out high by Nathan Gravel. Forgot to put a pen in my pocket. I'm feeling the effects of that right now. I want to write things down. I can't without a pen. So it is now officially power play time for the Capitals, who draw amongst the best in the league. They are a top 3 power play opportunity team, as more Express EHL guys are in the house here today. Ville Bowden and Lucas Toth, 2 All-Stars we're in the presence of right now. Happy to have them in the building today along with the rest of the E-Show guys. I do have a giant inflatable pencil here, but I can't write things down with it. I left my pen in my backpack, Ville. I have to go get that at intermission. This thing does not write. It's a big inflatable pencil from SpongeBob. All right, back to the game. As here comes Link. He did have 4 points in his Providence Capitals debut, a goal and 3 assists. Hahn now protecting that puck. Will revert it back for Sheepers, who had 3 apples in that game. A great game for Will Sheepers. Now pulling the trigger. Stopped by Colton Hollis. Fresh set of forwards out there to kill for the Express. It is Mosconi and Livingston. Express with some EHL blood in the lineup today. James Joyce, Aaron Carnes, and Josh Livingston all in this one. Guimond with it now. Banking it off, took a friendly hop off the linesman. This now leads to a 2-on-1. Livingston with Mosconi driving, and Livingston missed the net. Guimond, soft play at the offensive blue line, didn't wind up too dangerous. Nick Needham was backing him up, as there is a nice reverse hit by Livingston into Morello. Draws a good reaction from the Express EHL guys in the crowd. Mosconi tried to shuffle that one on. The entire shot was absorbed completely by Carpenter. Domino Costa, right wing side to the attack, carves to middle ice. Nice move to protect that puck. Shuffles off to Carpenter, tries to twist it on. He's bulldozed. Livingston, a good contact on him. Guimond was driving, but Langevin was able to catch up to him. Needham now with it, works it in deep. Morello and Needham jawing at each other. Nick Needham, a welcome addition to the Express, as this one is covered. This game might get pretty wild. I think so. Nick Needham with a goal and an assist in his first 7 games. This is number 80, debuted after the October showcase. He has been so steady back there for the Express. Makes all the simple plays. And Tipkin off the draw, setting one that's easily gobbled up by Littlefield. Last year's regular season series against the Capitals, Providence won it 3-1, outscoring the Express 19-11. There was a wild game in there, a 10-6 game at the Rhode Island Sports Center that probably took a year off of Coach Kyle Robertson's life. That game was insane. That accounts for the bulk of the goals in that season series. That's without that game, it's 9-5, the scoring gap. So most of the games were pretty low scoring, pretty tight between the two teams. The final one of the regular season was a 3-1 win for the Express. As now Dowler tries to work that one away from Joyce. He did. Now McParland was run into by Joyce. Capitals still with the puck, though. But a nice contact there from Antipkin. This one finds Joyce, who's then bumped into by McParland. It's jockeyed out by the Capitals. Matulue was fighting for it with Lambert as it was worked south. 11-12 to go here in the first period. Eddington stepped up into that one, sent it in. So we play hot potato here in neutral ice. Finally, it's sent in. Quick whistle there as Littlefield opted to play it, but the whistle came a bit too early. No wild chances to speak of so far. Nothing doing much on the Providence Capitals power play. Express PK at 80% going into this game. They have 4 shorthanded goals, though, on the year. They have more goals shorthanded than they do on the man advantage. Matt Gonzalez responsible for 2 of those. Penner plays this one out for Guimond. Fires it wide. Penner now pass not hard enough to get to Needham. As here comes Langevin darting to the right wing side. Run into by Guimond. He fumbled the puck before that, and Guimond put shoulder into chest for good measure. As Hebert is dumped in neutral ice by Hahn. Good contact there from the 06 out of California. Link run into by Hebert, who then worked it as far as he could. Hahn looking to go to the attack again. This time he'll loft it in. Send Bakarvitz to the chase. He runs into Needham. Picked up by Hahn off the glass. Trying to shake through a pair of Express guys. He's run into by Saratori, who knocked him down to a knee. Saratori just an 0-9. This one finds Penner, who's the first one on it. Runs into Sheepers. Sheepers gets the inside position. Penner runs him down. Providence bench wanted a penalty. Instead, it'll be the Express drawing out of retaliation on Hahn. As the Express go to the man advantage. Three for 19 on the year are the Express on the man advantage. Just over halfway through this first period. The second power play of the day. One for the Capitals went by the wayside. Now it is the Express's turn. Jackson Guimond has it. Fanned on his first pass, able to work it down to the wall for Antipkin. To the middle for Mosconi. His shot was absorbed completely. That was a strong block by Nicholas Carpenter. Guy with juniors experience, USPHL. Now he's in a much cooler league with broadcasters that dress like characters from SpongeBob. Here's Guimond with the shot fought off by Littlefield. Right wing side, Chaban will float it in. Costa will put the pressure on shorthanded here. He was able to lift the stick of Guimond, but too many numbers for the Express. And Tipkin stretches the legs on the left wing side. On the attack he goes, tries to work around Chaban, who stood him up beautifully. And Tipkin, though, picks up the pieces. He'll dart to the far corner. Slow things down, creeping in, taking the shot. That one is stopped by Littlefield. 8:55 in the period, 58 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Shout out to Providence Capitals trainer and pretty much de facto assistant GM Kelly Meyer, who's tuned in. The greatest trainer in the history of trainers in Trainerland. Needham working towards middle ice, gives to Saratori, top of the near circle. Those two exchange. It's Saratori's puck again, taking the shot. It never got its way through, and it goes out of play off a shin pad. 47 to go on the power play. Gravel, who is not out there now, has a power play goal against the Capitals this season. Penner activates in. He was beaten to that puck by Link, and it's angled out. Nick Needham, one of several natives of Maine on this team, will angle it in. Touched by Littlefield and covered by Littlefield. Another 15 seconds off the clock. Providence Capitals in their second year of EHLP hockey had a great first campaign, 26-15, 1-0. Now led by head coach Stefan Perreault, son of EHL head coach and general manager Jeff Perreault, a.k.a. JP. Nick Needham now will scurry behind his net with under 20 seconds on the power play clock. He will have to swirl back yet again. Bakovic's taken away all his angles, and now he picks his pocket. But Bakovic's lost his stick in the process. Some sloppy power play work from the Express here. But here comes Kyle Daly. As the power play expires, he charges up, works to the outside, send one's on, kicked away by Littlefield. Penner plays it towards the middle. Nobody was home wearing white. It's played by Cotter. Needham hunted down by Cotter. Gives to Antipkin, who's run into. Check that was Lambert, rather. Express were changing. That allowed Sheepers to keep it in. Good burst of speed there. Get to that puck on the wall by Carnes. It is still a Providence puck, though, and Colton Ollis will snag the distance shot from Sheepers there. Colton Ollis, 6 appearances last year, went 3-1, 0-1 at a .929 and a .242. His first win was against the Bridgewater Bandits. He came in relief in a game later in the season and shut them out. Played in Canada prior to that, as that shot is blocked off the face-off. Livingston will curl back, trying to protect that puck against the 08. Domino Costa. Livingston over the line. Good poke by Dowler. Carnes behind the net has Livingston driving. His pass was canceled out. Another good defensive play by Dowler. It goes through Lambert at the near point, and he'll race back. Fan on his first attempt. His second one will connect with Livingston. The EHL line out there now is shot into the breadbasket. Cupped easily with the glove of Littlefield. Ryan Littlefield, a native of Abington, Massachusetts. And Tipkin off the face-off. This one will go out of play as well off a stick. Played for Boston Advantage 18U AAA team last year. Before that, it was at Catholic Memorial, one of the powerhouse high schools in Massachusetts. Good stick off the draw again by Antipkin to take it away from Statzar. Chabon floats it to the wall, kept in by the captain. Guimond with the shot. He was looking for a friendly stick. Never went through. Antipkin blew a tire as he released the puck. But once again, he keeps the pressure on. Gravel digging at it. Guimond prods it forward on his backhand. Doesn't get too far ahead. Carpenter with a solid play to keep it away from any danger. Gravel turns it around immediately. Littlefield bobbled that one out of his glove. As Chabon winds his way around the net. Mosconi now shakes free of a Capital, sending Chabon down to the ice. Back the other way. Gravel with the shot, and that's a spectacular save. Gravel and Carpenter going at it. Oh, and jumping in there, I believe, was Brody Bodenhagen. As the wheels are coming off here early, Chabon just ripped the helmet off of Jackson Guimond. As those two in a wrestling match right now. Now there are punches thrown. And this is a legit chili, I think, we're going to have here. Yeah, Guimond and Chabon trying to drop the gloves here. Chabon lands one, and down goes Guimond, and he lands another one. And now we got a jumping situation as Bodenhagen just jumped Aiden Ladd at center ice. As Ladd will head off, Bodenhagen as the heat has been turned up here in Walpole. A scrap between Shaban and Guimond there. I mean, that's a fight. It's a game misconduct penalty. Oh, excuse me, I didn't even see Ladd and Bodenhagen. They just dropped the gloves at center ice. They both landed one. And then it was Ladd who went down. Guimond is sitting in the box right now. So we try to get things sorted out here. A fight is a game misconduct, so everybody who dropped their gloves should technically be out for the remainder of this game. It is no longer a game disqualification, but it is a game misconduct. So it was Guimond and Shaban that went first. And then Bodenhagen and Ladd at central ice. For Shaban and Bodenhagen, their days are done, it seems. The Express get away with this one with Guimond still in the game. He did keep his gloves on. He did throw a punch, though. That would be very, very fortunate for the Express to keep their captain, their number one defenseman. It's been their number one defenseman all year. As now it is Stephane Perreault getting explanation here from the officials. As we knew this was coming. A lot of emotion in this game. A brewing rivalry here in the EHLP that has only had the heat turned up on it as of late. And it will be the last of Jackson Guimond in this game. So each team will be down a captain. And Bodenhagen being ejected for the Capitals. Jackson Guimond for the Express. Guimond, 8 points on the year. That's a hefty loss in a game like this. Express, we'll see what they'll do on the blue line because Aiden Ladd is also a defenseman, and he has been ejected as well. I'm sure someone will have to drop back and man the blue line here. Express on the power play for 4 minutes. So a double minor it would appear as, and a big opportunity to take a lead here. Needham. Down the wall, puck jumps the stick of Van Tipkin. Lambert and Link come together. The Express come away with the puck. Gravel with the shot. Oh, it sprang right to Mosconi, but it jumped his stick. Good work by Costa to get it out. Bakervitz, hampered from behind by Antipkin, watched by Needham. Needham gets just enough of him and takes him out of the play. Great work by Nick Needham. 4-on-2 for the Express. And the pass from Gravel doesn't connect. Needham available. They get it there. Needham working in, waiting for bodies. Went backdoor looking for Lambert. He swatted at it, but he didn't connect with it. They tried to go all the way across to Antipkin. It went there, albeit with a bit of a delay. Got there nonetheless. Needham fired over. Gravel looking in the middle, goes through everybody. Antipkin collects, sending it back through the blue paint. Link tried to take a run there at Antipkin. He missed. Antipkin, little daylight cruising in, was looking to go to the front. And Sheepers had Lambert tied up and sent down. We get a whistle there. And the linesman forgot they're shorthanded here. Hey, Keaton, remember when I did that in the first game of the year? I forgot. I was like, that should have been an icing. Keaton was like, no, you idiot. But even I knew that one. That was after like a melee. You should know that kind of thing. I'm sorry, guy. I'm sure he's trying his best out there. Aren't we all? Carnes will collect. Gonzalez now plays it over for Joyce, who bobbled it. He was taken down by Cotter. Cotter definitely thought he was going to get penalized there with his posture. Played out for Carnes again. He'll drop back on defense, prods it down. There's a shot wide. Joyce now. Pinched off by Sheepers, but he moseys along with it. Watched by Link, jolted out for Gonzalez. Now for Carnes. Carnes, big winding drive, missed it wide. Kyle Daly, out for Carnes. Daylight in front of him. Carnes with the shot blocked out high. Gonzalez picks up the pieces. Sealed off by Link. Given right to Penner, though. Floated out for Joyce. As Penner rips the helmet off of Link, and Penner's going to go. That will even things up for the remainder of the Express power play. Cancel out the final 151 and give the Express 9 seconds of man advantage time as the parade to the box continues. Hahn on the face-off against Mosconi. 4-on-4 hockey here. Some open space. Giveaway right off the rip by Bakervitz. Here is Gravel racing ahead. Firing. Great stick. Will Sheepers got back. A.J. Bakervitz there. Not having his head up as he sent that puck across the blue line. Snuffed out by the Express and creates an ozone draw for them with 3:39 to go in the 0-0 game. A reminder, two guys, I just bumped into Keaton with my SpongeBob costume. Classic. Two guys ejected per side here. Guimond and Ladd for the Express. Bodenhagen and Chaban for the Capitals. I mean, Chaban, a massive piece for the Capitals. There's a giveaway. Lambert has daylight. Firing, punched away. Another good stop by Littlefield. Yeah, Chaban with 9 goals, 7 assists on the year. That is a tough loss. Similar to the level of Jackson Guimond for the Express. Both those sixes, both veterans. As now here, Hahn curls away. Hahn Near side blue line, sent over. Link fumbled it the first time, sent it down to Bakovitz for the second. Worked out, good stick by the Express in front. Link will have it again, drags around Mosconi. He works and fires, stopped by Hollis. Puck skittered by the crease, scooped away by Gravel. He'll work it down, and beating out the icing is the defenseman Nick Needham. Dropped off, there's a look for Antipkin, shot was blocked by Hahn. And for Guimond, he's a horse for the Express, logs a ton of minutes back there, consistently plays above 20 minutes a game, often above 25, so a big piece missing from the lineup for the Express for the remainder of this game. Livingston off the face-off, he scores! A floater from just inside the blue line, and the Express are on the board. Littlefield never saw it, as Livingston with a harmless looking shot. And with 2:32 to go in this long first period, we have an icebreaker. Sheepers now plays it forward for the Capitals. Morello banks it up the wall, stepped into by Carnes. Carnes cannot get through the Providence defense. Sheepers there, stood him up. Banked off the wall, cut off in neutral ice. It came right to Carnes. Danced around one and ended up just floating it right back to Capitals possession. Needham able to turn Morello around. Those two get wrapped up again, and Morello throws one into the face of Needham there. And Tipkin from beneath his team's goal line leaves off for Livingston. He'll start charging ahead. Nice move around Costa. Defers off for Antipkin, firing. Shrugged away, good stop by Littlefield. Bakovitz in deep. Put the pressure on Lambert. Runs him into the wall as Lambert turns it over. It's cut off by Joyce, though. Run into by Hahn. Wedged out by Saratori. Cut off by Link. Link to the outside. Cut off by James Joyce. And then sealed off by Nick Needham. Turned into a 2-on-1. Needham was taken down. There's a shot from Saratori, slung wide. Great work by Joyce and Needham there to force the former Express defender into a turnover. Costa over the line right into the paraphernalia of Needham. Puck drips back into the possession of Joyce. He's got the wheels to race ahead, and he will. Under a minute to go in the period. His shot was blocked. Springs out. And Daly's shot was blocked. Costa won the battle with him as Joyce takes it right off the stick of Link. It's picked up by Carnes now, who activates in. Will drive around the net. And his shot was blocked again. Carnes has it now, defers back for Lambert. Played ahead for Daly. Daly now for Gonzalez. Left wing side over the line, taking the shot. Punched down by the pads of Littlefield. Final 3 seconds on the clock. Here's a bid for Lambert. Gives to Daly, and he holds off at the goal line, at the buzzer rather. It's a wild first period featuring a couple of scraps, but on the scoreboard, it's 1-0 Express thanks to Josh Livingston. We'll catch back up with you after the first intermission. Welcome back into Cadillac Ice Arena. Second period action just moments away here between the Providence Capitals and your Express Hockey Club. The score after one is 1-0 Express thanks to a Josh Livingston goal from just inside the blue line in the final 2.5 minutes of the period, assisted by Sviat Antipkin to shots. After one, we don't have a tally for you, but I'm going to guess 11-7 in favor of the Express. That's my guess. We do have a special guest here for the second period from the EHL squad, 2-year Express forward, Sam Steinman. Thank you for being here with us.
Of course, thank you for having me.
We brought you in here because you are an expert on all things James Joyce from the same hometown of Middleborough, Mass. We're going to get to the Joyce talk soon enough, but your thoughts on the first period? Obviously a good amount of chippiness in this game.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought obviously the two fights stood out the most, but we bounced back and we got a goal, so that was
absolutely.
That's always nice.
A 1-0 lead for the Express. Definitely a lot of fireworks as here comes Antipkin, left wing side. Good drop pass for Gravel with the shot, ramps off a stick. Gravel now sending this one to the middle. Good denial by Sheepers, then a nice hit from Bakervitz. Eddington steers it back for Needham. Needham now chipped in by Gravel. Link will recover. Over to Bakervitz. Lumbers his way over the line, drops off for Sheepers. Pass was snuffed out. Good work by Mac Gonzalez. It ricochets down to Langevin. Link gathered that one, looked to be outside the line, taking the shot, padded away by Ollis. Daly unable to evacuate the zone. Langevin, good feed. Here come the Capitals off the post. David Hahn with it now. Fires one across. Good reception by Sheepers. He'll activate down. Shot deflected. Stopped by the pad of Ollis. And then kicked away. Carried out here by Gravel. Lost it as he's taken off the puck by Hahn. Sheepers picks it up. Hits the red. Sends it in. Costa on the chase. First one on the puck. Sealed off by Gonzalez. Costa tried to fight it out to the point. Never made its way there as there's a good hit. Shot from Sheepers, banked off a friendly body, dropped off. Here is Link. Link took that one over the line, and they'll have to touch up. Link will recover. He's been out since the start of this period. He wants that puck, but he has his stick lifted by Saratori. It's given away. There's a hit by Link, which will send him to the penalty box. Another fiery start to the period. Obviously a high emotional game too, Steiny. How do you manage that side of the game like this? Where there's obviously a rivalry here, but also the added element of having your former captain on the other team?
Yeah, I think you just got to stick to your game. Make sure you don't do something dumb. Like, just got to play your game and
absolutely
find the win.
Express to the power play here. It is their third attempt on the man advantage in this game. And the Capitals will be without a penalty killer in Will Link. Worked over to the near side rather from your view and out of the zone. Nick Needham now with it. Had it stolen by Langevin as he tried to cut away. Tried to go through a maze of Express players and it was recovered by White. Tripped down was Antipkin, nothing coming. Nick Needham plays it over to Gravel. Now for Mosconi, nudged to Antipkin. Antipkin poked off of his stick by Bakervitz, collected again by Mosconi. Darting to the outside, dropped off by Needham. Sailing across, Gravel had some daylight in front of him, but it's collected by Antipkin. There's a shot and there's a save by Littlefield. Express Premier obviously off to a great start. Sam, what did you notice in the first period about the way this team moves the puck, especially at forward with all the talent they have up there?
Yeah, I think they're moving the puck great. I think they're just getting it up ice, getting a lot of shots, a lot of opportunities. I think they're winning in shots for sure, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they're
well
doing a really
said, Steiny.
good job.
This one's angled back. Penner's pass did not reach Carnes, who stepped in. Costa will dart ahead, but Saratori hustled back to keep it away from Costa. Now Carnes. Good burst of speed around one, trying to split the defense, and he can't. This one hoisted down the ice. Saratori Slowly from beneath his goal line. Right wing sign to Carnes again. Good stick there. But he gets it back and he scores! Aaron Carnes pulls the trigger. He beats Littlefield. It's a power play goal for the Express. Link will head out of the box. And the Express make it 2-0. And Steiny, you were part of a game last year where they sent an EHL line down, and it was an exciting game against the Adirondack Junior Thunder. You had a couple goals in that game. Yeah. How do you think that is for these guys to get the opportunity to play at this level and build some confidence?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think, like what you said, building the confidence is a big part of the game. I think it's a very underrated part of the game. Like, especially for me last year, I think I struggled with confidence a little bit adjusting from high school and stuff. So I think it's huge for them to get a feel of getting some goals again and just getting back into
absolutely
their game.
Great answer there, Steiny, as it is two of the EHL guys in this game, and Carnes and Livingston, who are on the board. Face off now to the blocker side of Colton Allis as the Capitals will have to do some digging to get back in this one. McParland angled out for Link. Link with the shot kicked away by Allis. The rebound, he got it too. Penner now hits the red, will sail it in. Littlefield stops it up, and he will cover. And it's now a little more fireworks in behind the net of Littlefield. Hebert involved for the Express. 16:04 to go. It's 2-0 game here in favor of the Express Hockey Club. Steiny, you mentioned last year to this year for you, obviously the start you're having. One of the top guys in all of the EHL. What were some of the things that you focused on in the offseason to get your game more improved for your second year?
The main thing I focused on was my speed. I thought last year I wasn't slow by any means, but it definitely wasn't my strong suit. So I try to lift that aspect of my game up.
Absolutely, definitely noticeable. As put on a show in the early goings of this year. Littlefield will grab it for the Capitals, back down in there and worked ahead for Morello. Went right through him off the boot of Eddington and Costa. James Joyce on the near side, couldn't work it past Carpenter. Here comes Morello. Pass was shut down by Carson Eddington, who hoisted away. Activating in was Hammerquist to keep it alive for a moment. Needham on the cutback, played it through a couple of Capitals. Good work by him just to get that puck out and live to fight another day. Hammerquist overskated it. Here is Joyce back the other way, pulling the trigger. Littlefield was looking behind him, but he was able to grab it. And now we can talk about everyone's favorite hockey player, James Joyce. So how long have you known Joycey?
It's been about, I've known him since I was a kid, but we didn't really start being friends until 3 years ago.
Okay. So. You got to play high school hockey with him. How much time did you guys spend on a line together at Middleborough?
So he's one grade ahead of me, so his freshman year I wasn't there, and then all 3 years for me we were together.
Oh. And what was your favorite thing about playing with James Joyce?
I don't know what there is not to like. He's the perfect line mate. He gets into the corners, passes the puck really well, so
obviously
it was really easy playing with him.
He can move pretty well out there as well, for sure.
Too.
Fast player as Grab will test the pads of Littlefield there. Link will hoist this one, but not out. Carnes was the only one waiting for it. Hahn cannot work it through on the first time. He'll get the boots moving here on the second. Here is Hahn. Good head fake. Denied by the stick of Carnes, though. Patted aside by Littlefield. Sheepers now lackadaisically with it. Will curl back as he collects for a second time. Plays it to the near side wall for Langevin. Swirling back. Hassled by Carnes. He's cut off by Sheepers, but he continues to work ahead, separated from the puck. Plays it over for Gravel, who lost it. Carnes getting into it in front with Link. Link trying to ignore him. Carnes says he wants to go. Back the other way. The Capitals score. Carnes getting mixed up behind the play. He's a blue liner, got caught deep, and David Hahn buries And it's 2-1 Capitals, and Steiny, I mean, that's exactly what you're trying to avoid in a game like this when you have the lead.
Yeah, like what I was saying earlier, you just got to play your game. I didn't even see the goal. I was watching Will and Carnes over there. But, you can't let that happen. I
caught the tail end of it. It was a nice move to the backhand. Keaton, were you watching the actual hockey? No, we were. I don't even think we got it, but you could trust me. It was a Michigan. No, I'm lying. But I believe it was a pretty goal to the backhand. Saw the tail end of it for Hahn there. It's a 2-1 game now. And as you mentioned, Steiny just getting away from the hockey side of things there. But Capitals within one here. David Hahn, that's his 5th goal of the season. 3 of his 5 goals now this year are game winners. He scored back-to-back game winners to start off the season. So impressive stuff for Hahn, who's played 6 EHL games as well. Saratori. Unable to get it past Link, who works it to the near side wall. It'll be an icing here. That's a good cheer from the Express guys in attendance. Now you're going to be teaming up with James Joyce yet again. Rumors of a knee hockey league emerging. Yes. How do you think you and James Joyce will fare in that?
I mean, we have the chemistry, so I'm not worried. I don't think there's a single team in this league that can even compete with us.
I appreciate the confidence. I don't know how far that'll get you, but hopefully pretty far, Steiny.
Yeah, I mean, word around the street, Jake.
Hopefully as far as second place in the league. I'm pretty sure that's as good as it'll get for you guys.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Gonzalez pries it off the wall. He was separated, though. A good defensive play by Andrew Neuendorf. Link played it between the boots of Saratori. He's hassled, gave it away to Kyle Daly. Colin Richards and Daly will jockey for it. Link will recover for the Caps. Trying to twist away from Saratori. Ended up handing it right off to Sheepers. This one skims down the ice. It'll be another icing against the Capitals. Express forecheck looking good. Obviously, that was the bread and butter of the Express last year at the EHL level. Obviously, such a successful run. What kind of things do you want to see this current year's team get into now that they've got some eight games or so under their belt?
Yeah, I think we're definitely off to a shorter start than last year, but we're doing pretty well. We just gotta be more physical, honestly, and just kind of be more gritty team altogether.
And the chances are coming for sure.
Yeah. We also need to finish our chances too. So.
Absolutely.
Me as well.
Saratori now from the middle of the ice. Check that was Waghorn that pulled the trigger there. Not sure if that ever made its way through. Penner on the forecheck here. A puck was in the corner. Everyone was focused on laying body. As Carnes and Richards come together, Carnes gets in his ear. Sheepers tried to play it through Lambert. It's picked up by Penner yet again. Hebert will have to race on side, collected by Carnes, and he is run into by Link. Waghorn tried to leave that one off back door. It's collected again by Waghorn. Now Carnes again shot blocked. Good shift here by the Express fourth line. There's a hit thrown on Sheepers by Penner. It's going to be a penalty. Costa working ahead, firing, and he hit the side of the net. 12:03 to go, a 1-0 game. The Express will head to the PK. It'll be Providence's 4th power play attempt of the game. And Steiny, you're seeing the Express get away from it a little bit here with lack of discipline.
Yeah, I think we got to get back to our game. It worked well in the first period. Although it was chippy, we were mainly keeping it clean, so I think we just got to get back to that. But.
Absolutely. Important to note, once again, just who's missing for each team. Mason Chabot and Brody Bogenhagen for the Capitals, and then Guimond and Ladd for the Express. Here is Costa pulling the trigger. That didn't miss by much. This one, they tried to work it back off the body of Allis. Nothing doing. Good look, though, for the Capitals early. Langevin looking for a lane. Fired over. Too hot to handle for Carpenter. Joyce will try to skate it out. He got the puck ahead of the blue line. Was bumped down as a result, but he made the play. Here is Carpenter. Carpenter swirls past two, separated from Livingston, who hustled back to make the play. Heck of a game here for Josh Livingston. We'll talk about him at the next whistle, Steiny. As now here, Morello gave it away. Mosconi shakes away from Carpenter, who got just enough of him. As the Capitals trying to salvage the last minute of the power play here. Bakovitz. Costa wanted it, defended well by Needham as the puck was heading towards the cage. Kept in by Link, worked down. Bakovitz. Run into by Needham. Forged out, not as far as Will Link from Joyce. Costa worked it back door, great stick by Needham. Link kept it alive though. Costa curling, left off for Link. Hoisted over, Bakovitz on his backhand, just pushed it on. And it's covered by Colton Ollis. Obviously Livingston made his EHL debut, that was Thursday against the Wizards? Yes, Thursday, a couple of days ago. He's had a strong game today. What have you noticed from him through the first period and a half here?
Yeah, I think he's been really solid. He's put in the body on, and obviously highlighted by that goal in the first period. So
no doubt about it. And obviously, really size a big part of his game. You know, how much do you want to see him use that at the EHL level for you guys?
Yeah, you know, he got his first game on Thursday, and I thought he actually played really well using his body, and
for sure,
thought he had a really good game. And I think that goes back to building the confidence in the P.
I agree completely, Steiny. Well said, and it's certainly noticeable here in this game. Obviously, playing power play, penalty kill, and scoring a big goal 4-on-4 back in the first period. Native of Connecticut, played high school hockey at Notre Dame High in Connecticut. 12 seconds remain here on this Providence power play. We'll see what they can make of it. Sheepers thought about giving a Link, thought better of it. Langevin activating down, sent one towards the cage, didn't get there. Langevin will pick it up again. Good stick by Lambert, it's worked out. Fourth power play gone by the wayside for the Capitals. And they have an awfully good power play, over 25% on the year so far. That pass cut off by Link. Sent it in deep. He's eating a lot of minutes here, Will Link. Sent in deep yet again. They go up the gut here for Gravel. Right wing side. Two aside. Could be three if Carnes joins in. This one sends it to the breadbasket of Littlefield. Dropped off, though, as he was unable to cover. Langevin collects again. Able to work it out. Good burst of speed here from Hahn. The goal scorer. Good stick by Carnes to get back on his horse. Bakovitz couldn't track that puck in his skates. Sheepers now with it. To Link. Bakovitz couldn't touch it. They'll say it's an icing as a result, although Cotter was trying to make it interesting there. Steiny, obviously part of the playoffs last year was having the P-Show crowds in the audience for you guys in the EHL, and you guys were supporting them. Do you feel on the ice when those guys are in the building? Are they making a presence for you guys out there?
Oh, definitely. I think it just brings up the overall mood and energy for sure.
Absolutely. Eddington with the shot from distance, patted down by Littlefield. Gonzalez was able to pounce on it and steer another shot on goal. Steiny, this year for you, getting an opportunity to play with Ville Bowden, obviously one of the top goal scorers from last year's season, one of the top goal scorers again this year. How has it been getting to play alongside one of the all-stars of this league?
Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier to dish the puck, and it's got a 50-50 shot of going in. So
I love it.
Makes it a lot more easier to get points and stuff.
For sure. Eddington plays this one to the wall. Saratori cannot nudge it by Costa. Stick lifted, though. Good back check from Matt Gonzalez. Left wing side here. He comes. Daly was available, but it sailed into the glove of Littlefield instead. Express, their last game was a tight one against the New England Wolves. Lost 2-1 in a shootout. Humphreys was in goal for that one. He stopped 40 of 41. Josh Livingston scored in that game as well. Providence's was much wilder, an 8-6 win over the Capitals. Good stick by Needham, just to keep that alive for an extra moment to get bodies back for the Express. Waghorn and Hebert cross paths. Costo was trying to press the issue for the Capitals, but it's turned back around. Hot pass from the goaltender. Penner sent it wide of the net as Littlefield was scurrying back. Eddington to Waghorn. Now for Penner, collects it left wing side, a little bit of room, punched, and that one bounced into the blue paint. Waghorn unable to redirect it on goal. Behind the net, tried to get it to Hebert, hanging by the blue paint. It's turned over there by Statzar. And Tipkin, nifty move around McParland. Just scored his first goal in the Providence Capitals last game against the Nor'easter. Good stick by Gravel. There's a shot again for him, gobbled up by Littlefield. Steiny, obviously some of these guys like Jackson Guimond, who's no longer in this game, but Mike Mosconi, who's still in this one, have been skating with you guys at the EHL skates. Anything you guys do when they're with you guys to help them get used to the higher level?
I mean, of course, we just treat them as another guy on the team and don't take it lightly on them. They know that they're there to get better, so we just bring each other up.
Absolutely. Tulue had it taken off of him. There's another shot by Nathan Gravel, who, as we mentioned in the last meeting between these two teams, had a hat trick. Express looking to get back on track here, dropping 2 of their last 3. After winning 8 straight, they were outshot in 2 of the last 3 games. They allowed the first goal in all 3. They scored the first goal in the first 5 minutes of 5 of their first 8 games of the year. So definitely something they did well in the early goings was getting on teams early. There's a tripping penalty drawn by Livingston. A great game he is having today. Joyce curls away from one. Tried to drive the middle, and it was taken by Bakervitz. The Express will head to the man advantage. Steiny, your team's power play has had a couple of multiple goal games, including the first goal game of the season. You scored on the power play. Had another multi-goal power play game against the Bandits a couple weeks later. What are some of the keys there on the man advantage that you look for that make it successful?
Yeah, so I'm currently playing the bumper, so it's really easy when you're playing with Nate and Ville. Honestly, they find the seam really well, and we just like to go cross ice a lot and move it up top and eventually get it on net.
This one shrugged off by the blocker hand of Littlefield. Needham has it now. Sent down for Gonzalez, was looking all the way across. Pass too far in front of Livingston, had it swiped off of his stick. And Needham recovers. Needham looking to go all the way across the ice. As Sheepers will usher it down. Good work by him. Express 1 for 3 on the power play. They have a goal from Carnes on the man advantage. Livingston rumbling ahead again. Left wing side, watched by Link. Dips behind the net. Overskated it. As he fumbled it, Link will hoist it out. Needham nearly gave it away to Langevin. At the very least, washes away time on the power play. Joyce leaves off for Mosconi. Mosconi trying to work to the outside of Link. Near the blue line, ran into his own man, and Gravel still has the puck, though. Mosconi, puck on a string right now, and he finally works it down to Gravel. Looking in front, but the stick of Joyce was tied up. Livingston circling the tracks. His shot never made its way to goal. Mosconi stole it right away from Link. Self-pass right around the body of Hahn. Great work by Mosconi. Now Needham shakes away from a pair, and he gets the shot. Oh, great work there from the Express power play. Impressive work there from Mosconi to protect the puck a couple different times there, Steiny.
That was a great shift by Mosconi. Had the puck for probably 90% of that shift.
Absolutely. Good work by Needham at the line as well there. Dropped off here, Lambert. Final 20 seconds of the power play. To the bumper it goes. Mosconi was wrapped up. Lambert plays it to Eddington, getting some power play time here. Puck alive! Bounce to Hahn. Hahn turned around by Antipkin, but Providence will curl out. And this power play will be laid to rest here for the Express. 4.5 to go here in the second period. A 2-1 game, the most recent goal. David Hahn for the Capitals. Over the line, Lambert. To Mosconi, he's still out there. Again making plays at the line. Eddington couldn't get the shot through. Take 2 for Carson, sent it down. Take 3 here, he's got the puck again. This one gets through and it's fought off by Littlefield. Solid work there at the blue line from Carson Eddington, who we mentioned has a pair of assists in his last pair of games. Mosconi still out there, sent it to the blue paint off a skate. Collected by Antipkin. Here's Eddington. Good feed for Lambert. Lambert sending one in. And it's covered by Littlefield. Steiny, I'm really noticing the blue line has become pretty active here for the Express in the second period. How much does that offer you guys at forwards when you guys know you have some extra support out there?
Yeah, it definitely gives you a lot more confidence when you know you got some good guys up top. But it's also nice when they can just fire it on net and you got confidence in them hitting the net every time. So.
Absolutely. Eddington and Lambert there, both getting pucks through a couple of different times on that shift. This one is worked through Carnes, and McParland Dab wins the battle against him. Daly now over the line. His shot was shut down by the stick of Link. Recovered by Gonzalez. The outside works it back for Carnes. Carnes' shot was blocked. Now an eye off the boot of McParland. Hammerquist over to the far side. McParland worked it into neutral ice, recovered by Saratori. Needham on his backhand, forged up for Daly. Daly for Carnes, tries to work around McParland and couldn't do so. Nick Needham for Kyle Daly. When he gets going, he can move, gives to Gonzalez. And it was a good stick by Hammerquist on him. Needham will race over. That could have been a 3-on-1 there. But Needham was able to slow things down enough to get some numbers back, and he played it over for Daly. Just good little plays again from Nick Needham that make the world go round for the Express. That one touched by Costa above the blue line.
It was a great play by Hahn to not touch the puck there. Could have
Absolutely.
been too many men on the ice call.
Avoiding a penalty there. As the Express have already cashed in on the power play, as some of the fireworks from the first period have seemed to settle down a little bit here. Lambert passed it and connect with anybody. Won't have any juice for icing, though, as it's Sheeper's puck. Good head fake there to shake away from Hebert. Hahn. He'll work ahead, cannot shoot it around. Carson Eddington, a good block and a good outfielder-like grab from Colton Ollis with a hair over 2 minutes to go. Steiny, we're going to steer the conversation back to the most important thing, knee hockey, of course.
Of course.
What do you think are going to be some of the strong suits of Team Middleborough, you and Joycey?
Team Middleborough, as I said, we got the chemistry. Joyce is going to be in net. He's a strong, fast reflex kind of guy. So, yeah, I'm not worried.
And what can we expect out of Sam Steinman as the attacker?
Well, I've heard some rumors that he's might be the best offensive knee hockey player in the world, honestly.
Wow. Are the hands better on the ice or on the rug? What do you think?
I mean, you're going to have to see for yourself, but the rug might have it.
All right, looking forward to it. Brady Penner curls it on back for Lambert. Buck and a half to go here in this one-goal game. Langevin worked it towards the crease, and Hahn was denied. A good shoulder save from Colton Ollis as he was looking short side. Carpenter activated in. Penner kept it from him and worked it out. Bakarvitz plays it for Hahn. Hahn tried to make a move around Eddington, unsuccessful. Final minute of play here in the second. They stretch the ice. It goes underneath the stick of Mosconi. Littlefield out to play it. It's worked over to Statzar. And here comes Antipkin to the backhand, and he shoveled it wide. 40 seconds on the clock here in period number 2. Bakarvitz fake the pass, tries to work around Mosconi. Mosconi keeping pace for him. And it's a shot from distance that's easily handled by Allis. Eddington's been out there a while, and he just won a battle to wedge it out. But Link was able to keep it in, blocked by Eddington. Statzar tried to return it on goal, and it was shut down by Lambert. 13 on the clock as he races ahead. Got a shot from distance, patted aside by Littlefield. And Tipkin now off the end wall, final 5 seconds of the period. The Express have enough for one last chance. No, this period will end a 1-goal game, and all parties will separate for now. A less chippy second, still some elements of that. A 1-goal lead the Express entered when they'll leave it with a 1-goal lead, although the Capitals are on the board now. A 2-1 game. Steiny, final thoughts on what do you want to see out of the Express in the third period?
Well, I just want to see them continuing to be physical, but keep it cleaner. This period, they kind of let loose a little bit, had some penalties, but overall, great defensive game, especially from Colton. He's playing really well.
Colton, always reliable in goal. Steiny, you guys are in action this week against the New Hampshire Avalanche. Wishing you the best of luck and thanking you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome back into Cadillac Ice Arena. Third period action just moments away here between the Providence Capitals and the Express Hockey Club. The score is 2-1 after 40 goals from Aaron Carnes and Josh Livingston from the Express. A goal from David Hahn for the Capitals. And we sit at a 1-goal gap here through 2. Joining us for the second was Sam Steinman. Now we have all-star Express defenseman and great human being, great guy to have around, great guy to talk to. I've known him for 2 weeks, feels like I've known him forever. Mark Trischler, welcome.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me, Jay.
Thank you for joining us, man. We'll start with an early whistle here and get your thoughts on the first 2 periods so far. Express had a strong finish to the last one. Obviously some crazy stuff in the first. What have been your general thoughts so far?
Yeah, it's been a good game overall. The intensity is very high today. I think that the boys were fired up. It's a Saturday night game. Who doesn't love playing hockey on the weekends?
Absolutely. It's one of the nice things about working for the Express. I get you guys during the weekdays and then weekends of the P show. So nonstop hockey, it's a fortunate thing. And obviously, you guys got pretty fired up for that first period, a couple of Tillies. How much energy does that give the boys, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. All the guys love the support. It's a family here. Not one guy doesn't know each other here, and that's super important when it comes to building a program like this. And when everyone knows each other, it just creates a positive environment, and we want to be here for each other.
And I think pretty much everybody is sticking around, right, for the whole game?
Oh, absolutely. Third period, overtime, shootout, whatever it takes. We'll be here.
I love it, Mark. Left wing side, here comes Hahn. Works it towards the middle. There's a nice move by Langevin, but Allis will steer it away from the cage. As Gravel defers to Mosconi, who's had a heck of a game. Pulls one off the boot of Link. And it's worked into neutral ice again. Nick Needham to Antipkin, who is belted by Bakarvitz as he released the puck. Link will get things started for his squad back in his own end. Needham cuts off Hahn, and it's hoisted back in by Daly. This is game 3 of a 10-game Cadillac Ice Arena homestand for the Express Hockey Club. That includes games at the EHLP showcase that's coming, as there's a shot turned aside by Littlefield by Kyle Daly. Saratori gave off for Carnes, whose shot was blocked out high. Daly still grinding away. As now Hahn recovers, lost it in his skates, but able to recover. Good keep by Carnes, though. But Link was the first one to touch it after. He works his way over the line. Left off for Costa, kicked away. Good stop by Ollis. Hammerquist hammers it back in. Lambert knocked off the puck by Cotter, recovered by the Capitals. Lambert gets it right back handed to him. Steered into the corner by Littlefield. Waghorn now collecting that skittering puck in neutral ice. Will flutter it in and let Hebert give chase. Gives to Bakervitz. Bakervitz off the wall, was looking for the self pass. It was too far ahead of him, and Needham will work it back down. This will be an icing against the Capitals here as Costa ran out of gas there. Mark, you were a later addition to the team, about week into regular season play, so how was your adjustment initially to the Express, and how did the guys welcome you to the program?
Yeah, obviously coming into a new group of guys, it's a little bit intimidating. A bunch of new faces, learning names is a little bit hard, especially early on, but good group of guys. Go to practice every single day, go to workouts. Off the ice, we're going to team events, we're going to dinner, team, just a lot of bonding, and brings the guys super close, and it's a great environment and super easy transition.
Love to hear that. I'm sure the guys would say that you've been a great addition to the squad, both on and off the ice, as this one is banked up ahead. Good cutoff there by Nicholas Carpenter. Eddington will work towards it. He is sealed off. The puck bounces to Josh Livingston, one of the goal scorers in today's game. Carpenter does a good job to separate him from the puck. Gonzalez had a burst of speed, though, to recover. Here is Joyce. Shielding the puck, steers it back. Gonzalez beneath the goal line, sent it to the front, where it was read by the Capitals. Carpenter left wing side. Dropped off, nobody home. McParlin left it. Joyce trying to press the issue, turning this into a 2-on-1, cut off. It's a stellar defensive play there by Link, but he coughed it up right after. Link denies Joyce's pass towards middle ice. As now Needham cruising in, shot snagged by the glove of Littlefield. Mark, you, clock is running right now. Clock is running.
Need that to stop.
That's definitely a running clock, Mark. We need, I'm trying to call attention to it. I'm clapping, making a lot of noise. People should really notice the guy in the SpongeBob costume up here. Wow, Capitals just lost a lot of time. All right, it's frozen now. All right, Mark, what I wanted to ask you was about the All-Star experience. Got to play against Nichols College.
Absolutely.
And Roger Williams. How was that from, obviously meeting a bunch of new guys, touring campuses, and then playing against NCAA players?
It was an unreal experience. Being with a group of guys that normally you're playing against each other all season. Oh, good opportunity there. But, being with a group of guys you're rivals with all year. Obviously, going into it, a little bit of bad blood, but one practice together, guys tend to mesh well. We're all hockey players at the end of the day, and competing against college athletes who obviously is a higher level than where we're at right now, and not only playing in those games, but competing and pushing a game to overtime and a one-goal game close to the end. It was a great experience.
Bunch more Express guys here. Brett Flanders, Nate Brissett coming by to say hi. As the Express on a power play here. Yeah, great thoughts, man. Obviously, both games you guys were in. Definitely some exciting stuff. We'll talk more about it the next whistle as the Express look to cook on the power play here. This one goes through Carnes. Costa able to press it forward even a bit more. Lambert to the outside of Costa, now to the outside of Link. Banked off for Antipkin. Available is Carnes. Winding, firing, blocked. Hahn will sling it out. More fellas here from the East squad. Philly Boncory, Elijah Nieves. As there's a shot right down Main Street for Mosconi, who whistled it wide. He has been in the mix in a lot today. Definitely deserves something on the score sheet, but he's played some good hockey. Carnes, his pass didn't connect. He was looking for either Mosconi or Gravel. Went off a boot and wide. Gravel works it across. Antipkin had an open net, and he just failed to click on it.
Beautiful puck
Gravel
movement.
working in. There's a shot. Antipkin cannot wedge it too far forward. Hahn played it right into the belly of Antipkin. Here he comes. Gets a shot through underneath the stick of Link. That's covered by Littlefield. And obviously being in those all-star games, Mark, as we'll steer the conversation back there. 2-goal game against Nichols. You guys came back from a deficit. 3-2 game in overtime against Arwoo. When it's an all-star situation, do the losses feel a little bit different, or are you guys soaking those similar to a regular season game?
I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, everybody wants to win a game. Being underdogs, of course, it doesn't feel any easier, but going into it, you're not expected to win. So I guess in a sense it can make it easier. And at the end of the day, we're just trying to get better at hockey, and assuring that we can play at that level is a really good feeling.
I bet, for sure. How tired were you for that Nichols game after the Arwoo game?
Oh, it's a different game. Obviously, it's the same game of hockey, but a lot faster, a lot stronger.
Yeah.
The hits come a lot faster and a lot harder as well. So.
I mean, Mark, you're 20 years old.
Correct.
Probably playing against some 24, 25-year-olds out there.
Yeah,
there's some men.
Definitely a little bit bigger. It was a very physical game, especially the first one against Roger Williams. The shoulders were definitely a little bit sore, and we needed a couple of days off after that.
Did they have a Sunday skate after that weekend, or were you guys free that weekend? Do you remember?
We had off that weekend, I'm pretty sure. So
thank you, Coach Coda.
Yes, thank you very much. I know he's listening here, so we appreciate it very much. We had a hard work of practice, hard practice after that, but refocus for the next week and good to go.
Absolutely. As Waghorn recovers for the Express here, moves it back to defensive ice for Nick Needham, who once again has played a great defensive hockey game here today. And Tipkin had to take it off of his stick. There's a big chop there from Costa. Hebert will skate into this one, stopped up by the linesman, playing the role of Capitals defenseman there. As Costa works towards middle, left off for Link. His shot was muted, blocked by Max Hebert.
Good sticks, good sticks.
Capitals won 3 games to start the year against the Nor'easter Seahawks and the Nor'easter after that. They won those games in close margins, 4-3, 4-3, and 5-3, all with either overtimes or late game winners. Hahn had 2 of those game winners. They dropped back-to-back after that, won 3 of 6 since. So Capitals trying to find some more consistency here as we enter the colder fall months of the season. 11 games under their belt. They're 6-5, 11 games for the Express, 9-1-1. The number 1 team in the EHLP. On there, lost it. Livingston at the red line. Will cycle back. Plays it to Lambert. Olin Lambert. Return for Livingston. Tried to work around Sheepers, who stood him up nicely. That's a good defensive stick by Will Sheepers. Joyce, though, pounces on it in the corner. Threw it blindly to the front where it was read by Link. 12.5 to go. Still a 2-1 lead for the Express. Goals from Carnes and Livingston. Carnes with the most recent one. There's a shot soaked up by Littlefield. Carnes coughed it up, tripped down Bakovitz, lost his twig in the process. Nothing coming here against the Express as Bakovitz takes down his man. Link tries to race ahead. Stopped laterally at the line, sent everything offside. We'll have to circle back and send it in deep. Needham now with enough juice to get it to Antipkin, but it goes through him to Link. Works it back in. Lambert and Morello will saddle up. Cotter also in the mix, squeezed out for Kyle Daly. Nice head fake to work it around the stick of Costa, but it's turned around once more by Link. Lambert scoots on back. Trying to protect that puck against Costa, who did a good job on him. Puck was left there, luckily, for the Express. Mosconi was the first one working with it. Here he comes. Works his way over the line and coughed it up just as he got there. It's picked up by Gravel, steered ahead. And Tipkin going to try to put the pressure on Link, who protected the puck well. They turn south yet again with it. Hammerquist tries to leave it off for Link, took a bounce. Now it is Antipkin's puck, looking backdoor, sealed off by Domino Costa. 5 points in his last 2 games for Costa. Sure, he wants to help his team to level this game out as Cotter works over the line, dealt with a pair of sticks and couldn't get the shot away. Gonzalez and Eddington combined to shut things down there. A little over half the period remains, 2-1 the score. Costa now floated out for Carpenter, collecting on his backhand. He does a good job to just swat that puck back in. Costa, between his legs, he tried to work it back out in front, nothing doing. And Tipkin to Gravel, who had his head down, but held on to the puck, though. Poked ahead for Gonzalez. Winds it around. Gravel was heading off as the puck was heading his direction. A broken stick here for Eddington. De facto 5-on-4. Collects one from Gravel. Eddington reverses course on that one. Eddington is a righty. Gravel is a lefty, but he is able to get off. Capitals didn't see that puck. Statsar didn't see it going in his direction. Lambert whistles one wide. Needham thought about activating in. He thought better of it. Lambert controls from beneath the goal line. To Daly up ahead, left wing side. It is Will Link's puck for now. Tries to work away from Gonzalez. Squeezes a pass for Statsar. Works around one. That was Carnes.
Beautiful back.
And now it is Connor. Daly flutters it. Saratori was lurking towards middle ice. Link tried something fancy and he lost it to Kyle Daly. Able to recover though. Costa. Capitals shorten the bench here as now Sheepers works his way over the line. Watched by Carnes. Puck is squeezed through for Morello for the Capitals. Sheepers gets it again behind the net. Costa. Again to the direction of Sheepers. Sheepers dropped off Costa. Costa hammered one, blocked. Comes to Sheepers with the shot, blocked again. 2 big blocks there for the Express. Is that what you love to see in a 1-goal game like this, Mark?
Absolutely. Everyone's landed on the line. Selfless teammates here.
Express bending but not breaking here. 4-on-2 if they push it. Link will lead the charge. And he is nullified, completely canceled out by Nick Needham. Hebert scoots over the line, pulls the trigger, blocked by Morello. Angled it back on goal where it's picked up by Costa. This has been a long shift for him. He is bulldozed by Penner. Eddington with the drive, sliding block from Costa as we got action behind the net. That's Morello and Max Hebert. If you're the Express, Mark, is this a side of the game that you just want to avoid at this point?
Yeah, obviously you don't want to be in the penalty box. Being a man down doesn't hurt any or doesn't help anybody. Just playing smart with a lead here. Once you get the red, get the pucks deep. Obviously you have a better chance. Take it to the net, but playing smart with a lead, making sure you're not doing anything to put your team down.
Absolutely. This will be 4-on-4 hockey here, and the Express blue line has been very noticeable in this game as a defenseman. Mark, saw a great play by Nick Needham just there. Nolan Lambert has been active on the blue lines. What are some things that have stood out to you in this game about the Express defense, especially playing a couple guys down as well?
Yeah, for sure. They're keeping their feet moving. In the D zone, it's obviously hard, especially if you're pinned in long, but if you're keeping your feet moving, it's easy to shut down anything. Laying bodies, that obviously helps. Transition game going back the other way. But most importantly, we're seeing the rush get stopped very, very abruptly because of our back pressure.
Yeah.
That helps a lot from the forwards. So easy to turn the puck over whenever you have back pressure. You can make that step more comfortably and get back north.
This will not be 4-on-4 hockey, as it's 2 in the box for the Express, but great perspective, Mark. Really love the note on back pressure. I can't believe you told me you weren't a media guy, and you're absolutely schooling it right now, dominating this. As here comes Langevin, tries to work around Eddington. Dropped off, Hahn leaves it for Sheepers. Daylight in front for Sheepers, and he fanned on the shot, left the puck behind him. Down to the goal line. They whistle one over the net. That is Hahn, who was looking upstairs. Had Bakovitz cruising down. but couldn't find him. The Express had an 8-game heater to start the season. Obviously something pretty special there. 4 showcase games, 4 road games. Lost their last game on the opening road stand. Then defeated the Nor'easter here on home ice before dropping Wednesday's game against the New England Wolves in a shootout. Sheepers with a good stick to keep it alive. Bakovitz now operating from beneath the goal line. Curls it on back for Hahn. Sheepers is available. He wants it. He'll get it. Sheepers sends it down the wall. Hahn, Bakovitz, they're available. What a stick by Nick Needham. Link for Sheepers. Tapped ahead for Langevin, nothing doing. He was shut down by guess who? Nick Needham. Left wing side, Sheepers dances around one, blowing a tire was Mosconi, and Needham dropping down to work it away. That turned into a 2-on-1 down low, and Nick Needham made his 3rd crucial play in the first $1:20 of the PK. Here comes Bakovitz driving wide to the outside, to the middle of the ice. Nick Needham, his stick again. That time he gave it away to Link, though, after making the initial play. Sheepers with the shot, kicked away. Crucial stop for Aulis. That is the 5th power play of the day for the Capitals that have gone by the wayside. We've mentioned how good their power play is. It scored in last game for them. This one deflected by Gravel, so no icing. Nick Needham will recover. Bank it off the glass, and he'll get it out of the zone. 5:40 to go, still plenty of time for both teams. For the Express to pad the lead, for the Capitals to level things out. Gravel sailed it in, snagged by the glove of Littlefield. Obviously, when it gets to crunch time like this, things get pretty desperate. When you see defensive plays like that out of Nick Needham on the penalty kill, what's going through your head?
Yeah, it just shows who wants to be here. Great play, smart player. Obviously, on the penalty kill, you're going to be a man down. You're going to give up chances, but that's the name of the game, and that's how it works out. Get sticks in lanes. The shots that do come, you clear bodies in front. That way the goalie can see them, and just like you said, the Express penalty kill is now 5-0. So
absolutely. Probably one of their better games of the season, as the penalty kill was not their strongest suit even during that win streak. 15 for 19, so under 80% during the win streak, and now it is really coming alive here, especially with the addition of Nick Needham. Carnes will gather from his own end. A hot pass for Kyle Daly was caught on his backhand. He is knocked into by Cutter, I believe. Through neutral ice again, Carnes will skate this one onto the attack. Trying to find some space separated from the puck. There's a good hit by Carpenter. Oh, this is going to be ruled a trip here. Oh, a leg check against Carpenter. And a late power play here for the Express. Mark, I remember a game not too long ago where you had 2 goals on the power play. I think 3 points on the power play in total. Obviously, a huge part of this battle and this game has been special teams. The Express have a power play goal. What do you want to see from a puck movement standpoint here, 5-on-4 for Walpole?
Yeah, special teams is what wins games. Like we were just talking about on the penalty kill side, we need to clear guys out and let the lanes be there. That way we get in sticks and shots that go through, goalies can see, and that's what we need to do the complete opposite of. We need to get just like that, traffic in front of the net. That way the goalie can't see. We need to find those seams.
Mark, do you want to do this full time?
Might have to.
This is unbelievable. And Tivkin dropped off. Needham with the shot. Rebound alive. Puck left there. They're battling for it, and the sticks are won by the Capitals. Hahn trying to work to the outside of Needham, and it goes off the glove of Aulis and above the net. And Tipkin, left wing side. Gravel Bounces it down the wall for Antipkin. Creeping in tighter. That shot ricochets off a couple of bodies. 1:10 left in the power play, a little over 4 in the third period. A 1-goal lead for the Express. Crunch time here for both squads. Antipkin pulling the trigger off the stick of Link and high. That's a good start to the PK for the Capitals.
Yeah, they're keeping us to the outside right now, not letting anything get through the middle, letting the goalie see the shots, and it's been successful so far. Still have a minute left, so we'll see.
Absolutely. Plenty they could cash in on here. The Capitals, a much better defensive game than in their last stretch. They have 19 goals against in the 3 games preceding this one, 6 goals against in the 3 before that, so this is much more their style of hockey for the Caps. Needham couldn't collect that hot pass on the first attempt, will work it down. Gets the return. Needham again pulling the trigger off a body puck alive. Gonzalez out for Eddington. Eddington with the shot, and that one skitters just wide. Oh, awfully close for Carson Eddington. Livingston curling, not content with one to the middle. Joyce couldn't work it on goal. 25 seconds on the power play, 3:18 in the period. Joyce with speed. Backhand bid, that one found the stick of Gonzalez, but he worked it high. 10 seconds now to go. Needham tries to get it north in a hurry. Joyce has to curl back to collect. Banks it to nobody. This will be an icing here against the Express. Just as the power play expires, Express 1 for 5 now on the day. And a big kill there for Providence. Mark, how do you not let that team get some momentum there after a strong kill like that?
Yeah, it's super hard. That's especially with this time left in the game. Momentum is everything, and can't get too hard on yourself. And I think you'll see here as a timeout's taken to kind of kill that energy and transition back on our toes and get back north and finish the game here.
And I believe that timeout was taken by the Express. Thank you, Keaton, for confirming. I was too busy admiring Mark. I mean, this has been special. Mark, why did you say you weren't a media guy and then you're like doing better than me here?
I don't know. It's something I've never been behind the camera or in front of the camera, whatever we are right now, on the microphone, I guess.
Yeah.
But something you get more comfortable with, you'll get better, I guess. So.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. And we have Adrian Prue here next to us, too, who just had his first game back from injury. How happy are you to have that guy back?
Oh, he's fabulous. As he's running
away. As he runs away from the microphone.
Obviously a returner, a big part, a leader. A lot of guys look up to him on the team. As more games come, obviously he'll get his footing underneath him, and he'll be a big piece for us this year.
Absolutely. Adrian Prue, a terrible person off the ice, but a great hockey player, no doubt about it. Obviously a joke. Adrian's a great guy. Happy to have him back, and obviously the Express are definitely happy to have him back here. Under 3 minutes to go, a 1-goal game as the crowd gets alive here on Saturday night. That one swatted out of the air by Link with a high stick. The Express immediately touch it. Link darts over for it, slashed the stick out of the hands of Gonzalez. He got away with one. Here is Hahn working on Lambert. Oh, Lambert, a last-ditch effort. Kept it from Hahn, who looked like he was going to head towards the net alone. Livingston galloping ahead, open the line, trying to dart around Link. Will curl away, fires one for Carnes. His shot got through, although he didn't get all he wanted on it. Gonzalez twist away from Sheepers, run into by Bakervitz. And Livingston's pass, ill-advised, go through Carnes. Trying to work ahead, potential 2-on-1. What a back check from Mosconi. Got a piece of that. Allis got the rest. Mosconi did all he could to put his head down and even out the numbers. He'll flutter this one out of play, and a lucky fan will go home with that puck. Mark, get down there and go get it before that kid does.
It's my puck now.
I think he beat us to it.
Another great back check there.
Absolutely. Great effort now. Timeout called by the opposing side. What do you think Coach Kyle is saying to his guys here as they need to bear down here for the next $1.54?
Yeah, it's been a very tight game. A lot of good opportunities both ways. Just simplify the game right now. If you don't have that option, that easy outlet, chip off the glass, get the puck out of your zone. No harm, no foul. If you need to take an icing, so be it.
Yeah.
Fight to live another day.
Yeah, I love it. I think you meant to say live to fight another day, but that's okay.
Same thing.
So, yeah, actually kind of like the same thing, fight to
Almost.
live another. Yeah, I like it. I like your version better, actually. Coach Kyle obviously has pressed the right buttons with this 9-1, 0-1 team. Same goes for Coach Tallarico there. And again, Mark, they're doing this with obviously a short bench. They have Aaron Carnes dropping back to defense. They're missing their captain and Jackson Guimond. How much would a game like this, would a win like this do for a group? Obviously, a couple men down and a high emotional game for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It just shows that everyone's bought in. Guys not playing their normal positions, doing everything they can, and coming out with the 2 points at the end of the night. That means everything to a team.
Absolutely. The Express still have $150 to work with here to try to come away with that, and they'll sail one down here. It'll be an early icing as the Capitals, not shy of some dramatic games. As we mentioned, their first 2 games were decided by a late third period game winner as well as an overtime winner. They had a very dramatic comeback in a shootout win against the New England Wolves, where all of their goals were scored in the final moments of the game. So they can definitely do it in crunch time. This Capitals squad looking to avoid a .500 record and stay above here as Link, his stick broke. This could be tragedy for the Capitals. Link doing all he can to keep it away. He just stopped the goal. And this will be an icing against the Capitals, but it's almost an icing you would want there with a broken stick from a blue liner.
Yeah, obviously when a defenseman doesn't have a stick, it's a recipe for disaster. So a whistle might not be the worst thing for them. They'll probably have to get their goaltender back in
Yeah, I would say
here
so. As Link gets some new lumber out there. Credit to him for making a big stop there, though. A minute and a half remains in this game. And Tipkin off the face-off. This one will sail into the netting. We'll stay right where we are. Both teams could be permitted a change if they so choose. They'll keep everything the same right now. Let's go Trains chant here at Cadillac. Needham will gather. Curl it back up, and Tipkin tries to flag it out of the air. Here he comes trying to work around Link, and Link able to get a stick on it. Joyce and Langevin jockey for position towards that puck. And Tipkin nudges it ahead as Link runs into him. It's collected by Providence. They need to get going north in a hurry here. They want to get Littlefield back out of the net. It's turned over, though. Gravel will fire one back in. This will take a hop off towards Cotter. Cotter to the outside of Eddington. Nice stutter step towards the middle. Link fanned on his shot. Joyce takes down Link. It'll be a delayed penalty with 42 on the clock. The Capitals immediately give it to the Express. They'll call it a slash. In a game that has featured a parade to the penalty box, 11 different situations of uneven manpower, a 4-on-4 earlier in the game. Will the 6th power play of the day for Providence finally be the one they cash in on? The net is empty. It's 6-on-4 hockey. Mark, a lot changes here, I assume, for the Express in terms of numbers alone.
Yeah, it's obviously harder to play, the less numbers, but in situations you can, just like this, an icing can't hurt you here because there is no icing anymore, and now we put pressure on and kill some more time off and potentially get a goal here.
Absolutely. Livingston knocked into the wall by Sheepers, and here come the Capitals. Hahn over the line. Out for Link. His shot is blocked. Costa behind the net. Out for Link again with 10, and it squirts through him. He tries to work it in one last time, cannot pull the trigger, and the Express walk away with the win.
Great defensive playing there at the end and ends up with 2 points. It doesn't get much better than that.
And a big celebration for this team in front of their captain, who fought for them earlier in this game. A 2-1 gritty win. How do those guys feel on the ice right now, Mark?
Yeah, obviously you can see the rush of excitement here. It's a great win against a good hockey team, and that builds a lot of momentum, especially for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you. We're back in action tomorrow, 7:20 against the New England Wolves, the last team that handed the Express a loss, as they improved to 10-1-0-2 on the season. Double-digit wins. The first team to reach double-digit wins in the 25-26 season are the Express Hockey Club. They take this one 2-1 over the Providence Capitals. We thank you for joining us here on Flow Hockey. On behalf of Jake Basile, Keaton Sterling, Mark Trischler was with us for the third period. Mark, you stole the show. Absolutely. That third period was more exciting, but I think you were even better. You're welcome here anytime.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you for doing this, Mark. And thank you for joining us here once again. Your final from the Caddy, 2-1 Express.